And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Oakland Athletics. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And our pitcher tonight, Kyle Muller. How about a report on him, Chris?
He may not dominate, but he always keeps the club in the game. If you can score runs, you have a really good chance to win with him on the mound today.
And the batter now, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
And a pitch. And that's outside. And we're underway. The Y to kick the pitch. Good eye right there.
2 balls, no strike.
And that's downstairs and outside.
3 balls, no strike.
The pitch. There's a strike.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
And it's fouled away. In the air out to center. Ruiz pulls it down, and there's one down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Their opponent on the mound today does run into some trouble finding the strike zone at times. So, Singy, I got to figure part of the plan, be patient, be selective today.
Yeah, you know coming in, regardless of what that first inning is going to look like, you know his history. You don't want to help him out. You've got to be patient and make sure that when you attack that it's a pitch that you can do some damage with. Otherwise, just build up some traffic on the base pass, push across some easy runs, and perhaps get into some of those gap arms in the bullpen.
Next one off the plate inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Next offering is fouled back. No score, just getting started, top of the first. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Paul Goldschmidt has turned into a really good player for a guy who was an 8th-round pick in 2009 at Texas State. Many all-star appearances, silver sluggers, and then in 2022, an MVP. And now 2-0.
Yeah, and several years he was in the running for MVP. Just some better talent in the league at that time. But I love the combo of a real solid hitter at the plate, but also a guy with some speed that can steal some bases. A little surprising for a first baseman.
Nolan Arenado up next for the Cardinals. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And there's ball 4.
Ball 4.
It all just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Here's Nolan Arenado. And there's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
At the belt and fires. In for a strike. Now 2 balls and a strike. Goldie off of first with 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike. This one in the dirt, and the runner stays where he is. Kicks and deals. In the air to left down the line. Brown pulls that one down, and the inning is over. The Cards leave 1, and now the Athletics offense gets its first shot here. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show.
This is redemption. Heard what I said. I'm on a mission.
Back in Oakland, and for the Cardinals here this afternoon, it's Miles Mikolas. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Here's the veteran second baseman, Tony Kemp. First offering misses the mark. Mikolas, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Check swing, but he went too far, and it's 1-1. Inside just missed.
I think it's very important to establish the inside part of the plate early. Sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Left-hand batter waits. And a good eye there.
3 balls, 1 strike.
They say he went. Righty delivers. And a foul ball. He stays alive. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. The pitch. In the air out towards right center. Drops into the glove. 1 away. And time now to check out the A's lineup. They're facing a guy today who is a strike thrower. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, so they're going to have to work hard to generate base runners.
And when you've got a strike thrower like this guy on the mound, you can't be overly patient as a hitter because the umpire is generally going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So you got to go up there, understand what's in his repertoire, be aggressive in what you can handle. And you get 3 swings, why not take all 3 of them? With his control and command, he's going to be in the strike zone.
And the 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Here comes a pitch. And that's outside.
That ball went out.
And that one wrapped foul. One down, base is empty. That one just misses.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Face knock right field.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
And it's Aledmys Diaz. That one inside, and it's 1-0. They say you win.
1-1.
Here's a 1-1. And there's a strike. That one ran inside, almost got him.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
The 2-2. And down on strikes. Now 2 out.
Batting fourth.
So here's Brown at the plate. Check swing. Went around. Strike 1. Ball 1 there.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the right-hander deals.
That's ball 2. 2-2 to count.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Michaelis throws to first. Capel dives back in safely. And a pitch. Got it by him for the K. The A's strand 1. Scoreless after 1.
I was never a gentleman. I was raised in a trap. Let you spend all this money tomorrow. I made it back. If she told me don't leave, I told her shot.
Welcome back. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Wilson Contreras. Wilson Contreras has put together a pretty special career. Multiple times he's been an all-star and a guy that came up in the Cubs system as an infielder. Muller back to work. And strike 1 to the catcher.
Yeah, very athletic catcher, and the thing about it is his offense is probably what he's most known for, coming out of that position behind the dish. And this is a kid that grew up in Venezuela. Favorite player, Miguel Cabrera, and not a bad one to want to follow after in terms of what you can do at the plate.
Here's a 1-1. How about Wilson and William getting a chance to start and hit back-to-back in the 2022 All-Star game in L.A.? That must have been cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And these two guys have a chance to be like the Molina brothers.
Puts the squeeze on that one, and there's 1 down.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. In there for strike 1. Next pitch is inside. And now it's even 1-1. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog. And I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way. So people around the league really appreciate his consistency. One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Dylan Carlson in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Second inning here, no score. So 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
1 strike.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Two down. Line drive, and now maybe extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in, safely into second. He's got a double.
Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Up the middle, Diaz. To first, third out. So 1 left for the Cardinals. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's Jesus Aguilar.
Aguilar.
The pitch. Swings through that one for strike 1. To the right side. Over to Goldie. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting 6. The right fielder.
Here's Ramon Laureano. And first offering is fouled off. Now 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Walker pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Batting 7. The third baseman.
Now it's Jace Peterson. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Foul ball there. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it surprised a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
The next offering misses. It's 2-2. And the 2-2. And now it's filled up. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for the A's. We'll move to the third with no score. New inning getting started. And here comes Tommy Edman.
The shortstop, Tommy
Edman in his fourth year, hitting ninth in today's lineup. And he's a former National League Gold Glover. The wind of the pitch. And that one is in for a strike. On the ground. Loves it on the dive. Fires to first. And that's a great play for the out.
Well, this is obviously a tremendous play, but for me, it starts with a well-broken-in glove. To have the confidence to go down, knowing that ball is going to be right in the pocket, so you've got a clean transfer, pop back up to the feet, and fire across the diamond. Outstanding job.
So the batting order turns over, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. And that's in there for strike one. Donovan, a former Gold Glove winner, 26 years old, and he was born in Germany. Top of the third, no score.
Germany actually ranks near the top of Europe in terms of producing MLB talent. There's several players born in Germany active in the league right now.
The 0-2. And the pitch is outside, ball one. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Back to the mound. Over to Aguilar. And that quickly, two away.
Number 21, Lars Nootbaar.
And now here is Lars Nootbaar. Nootbaar goes 6 feet 3 inches, 210 pounds, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2018. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Slider misses outside. The wind and the pitch. And that's down and away.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
On a line, base hit.
Everything came together for him. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. He reached on a walk his first time. In there, and it's 0-1. Goldie handling the duties at first. A member of the 1,000 hit club. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. And the 0-1. Just missed. Nootbaar off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. The Cards leave one, and we are still scoreless. Back here at the ballpark, stepping in the long ball threat, Shea Langoliers. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with his starting pitcher for that night. And he's getting in the cage to take his swings. That's a whole lot, and so many times goes unnoticed.
And the righty deals.
Ball 2. 2-1.
And that one fouled off. Two now. Bounce to the left side. Edmonds slings to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Batting ninth, the center fielder,
Yuri Ruiz now at the plate. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. That one misses. Ball one. And that skips in the dirt. The pitch. And a swing and a miss there. And that is cut on and missed. And now 2-2. Righty to the plate. And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's Tony Kemp, 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch just misses. That's inside.
Ball 2.
And he deals. And a foul ball. The next pitch misses. 3-1 now. And he couldn't come up with it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now that the designated hitter, Connor Cable.
Capel, the next to hit, takes outside. The pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Now all even up. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two now. That one missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Left-hand hitter waits. And that one hit to first. He'll do it himself. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. One left for Oakland, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in the East Bay, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Nolan Arenado. Muller back to work. That one missing inside. Nolan Arenado, for all of the success he's had at the plate and all the All-Star appearances, Singy, he's won the Gold Glove every year that he has been in the league. He's going to go down as one of, if not the greatest defensive third baseman of all time. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he's one of those players, if you're on the opposing team, you essentially say, don't hit it to third. Don't even try to bunt it to third because you're going to be out. He is that prolific as a third baseman.
In the air, left field, down the line, makes the grab on the run. And there's one down.
Now batting, catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. There's a strike.
0-1.
That misses off the outside edge. And the pitch is in for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And a ball evens the count. Pitch misses there, and the count is filled up. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tyler.
And up next for St. Louis, Tyler O'Neill. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. Out towards left center. Brown has a beat on it. Makes the grab. That's out number 2.
The bat, number 3, designated hitter, Dylan Carlson.
This is Dylan Carlson. Doubled in his first AB. Ball 1, no strikes. Late on that fastball. Contreras leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And now the lefty. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. So one left for the Cardinals. Still no score.
I'm reloaded, I just landed in. Lil' mama poking, ain't no joking, know what time it is. Shawty poking, ain't no joking, like it title.
Ready to go, bottom four. Digging in, Aledmys Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah, the right-hander back to work. There's a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
And here it comes. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, that was a pretty poor at bat. He just never got the bat off the shoulder. I mean, you got to go up there looking to swing at some point, especially once you're down 0-2. And at that point, make an adjustment, look to put the ball in play if it's anywhere close. And I'm just not sure what the plan was there.
Seth Brown up next for the A's. In there for strike one. The wind of the pitch. Right through there for a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
That misses.
That's a
Ball 2.
It's a good take.
That's to third. A dive. He's got it. The throw. Nicely done for the out.
I know they called Ozzie Smith the wizard, but Nolan Arenado, he's a wizard over there at the hot corner. It seems like we see him make plays like this on a daily basis.
And here's the first baseman, Jesus Aguilar. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Two outs. And a foul ball. Fly ball down the line, and no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count. And that one is lifted in the air. Walker gets under it, makes the play, and it's out number 3. So they make short work of them there. We played 4. We're tied 0-0. Back in Oakland, here's some real power at the plate. Jordan Walker. And the pitch. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Number 36 is loosening up. This would be his first appearance for the club. Martinez, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well.
Come on, Oakland.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. And a pitch. And that one is inside ball one. Ripped on a line to center. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one away.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Grounded out to short in his first trip. And that's in there for strike one.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
Next offering misses. It's strike one on Edman. And a strike in there. Next pitch, not close, up high. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Up next for the Cardinals.
So the lineup flips over. Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Nootbaar in the box again, takes a strike. Got him. And that is that. Halfway through this one, still no score. Bottom of the inning, and now the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's strike one. And that one off the outside edge. The wide to kick the pitch. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Righty delivers. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 1-2. Out to short. Over to Goldie. And that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
So digging in, Jace Peterson. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's in for a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Kicks and deals. That one misses, and it's 1-1. Good eye right there.
Ball 2.
And that's in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Three-two now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Langoliers in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Swings and misses. And it's 1-1. Next offering is outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
2 down, nobody on. And now 2-2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he
goes down looking for the strikeout. Fastball to letters froze him for strike 3. And the A's are gone in order. 6th inning coming up. Still nothing on the scoreboard. All set for the top of the 6th. Now up for St. Louis, Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt.
The pitch. Strike 1.
0-1.
The pitch. And that's too high.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Next one misses, and a count 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Shoots a line drive single into right center. So a man on base to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Kyle Muller will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. On the mound now, number 36.
Number 36, Adam Oler.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Nolan Arenado. First pitch, and he just misses.
0-1, no strike.
And a pitch. And misses inside.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
And now 2-1. There's a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Langoliers takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. This guy has turned into one of the best catchers in the game, but was originally signed by the Cubs as an infielder. And the right-hander deals. Runner takes off. Next offering is fouled back. Ball to strike. Runner on the go again. And fouled off. At the belt and fires. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Laureano makes the grab, and there's two gone.
The center fielder, number 27, Tyler O'Neill.
And stepping in is the speedy Tyler O'Neill. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Tyler O'Neill, you look at that frame and you know he's got some power, but also an excellent defender. He's won multiple Gold Gloves. But speaking of that frame, his dad Terry was the 1975 Mr. Canada top bodybuilder. Goldie off of first with two away.
Well, what's impressive for me with Tyler O'Neill is just the athleticism. You talk about that frame, and yeah, he is a muscle-bound player, but he's also flexible. So you see him do some things, hitting, can go the opposite field, plays a Gold Glove caliber left field. So yeah, don't be fooled by the big muscles.
Here's a 1-2. O'Neill tries to hold up, appeal to first. He did not go around. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Kicks and fires. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two on the way. Fights it off. He'll see another. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. That hits the dirt, and now it's 3-2. Dylan Carlson, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. Back to work, 3-2 now. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there, we see the result.
And next is the designated hitter, Dylan Carlson. There's the strike. First and second, 2 down. Strike two.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Here comes a pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Some high cheese for strike three.
He's in a tough spot. Had to make a great pitch. Did it. Got the strikeout. Gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Welcome back. Here's a big power threat. Yuri Ruiz. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
Throw sails over his head at first. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Well, it's been a struggle on offense for them in this one, so maybe that wakes them up a little bit. You know, an error can certainly give the opposing lineup something to get excited about. You got somebody on base, so we'll see if they can make something of it.
Back to the top of the lineup, striding to the plate now for Oakland, Tony Kemp. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
0-1 down. Hit on the ground to the right side. Goldie takes it to the bag. One away, bottom of the sixth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now the A's designated hitter, Connor Capel.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
And that one fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And he deals. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I'd say that stayed in the tunnel for a long time. No chance of even fouling it off.
Runner on at third, one gone. Pitch misses inside. Now 1-2. Struck him out looking.
Well, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You have the infield back. All you got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, I'll still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
Aledmys Diaz now.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
He was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The 1-0. Ripped into left for a base hit. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
2 outs, runner on first. Next up for the A's, Seth Brown. Way high. Brown, 30 years old now, and he's usually a first baseman, but today starting in left field. Diaz, the runner at first with 2 gone. Now 1-1.
Well, I don't think it gets any farther than that, going from first base all the way out to left field. Tell you what, he went from the hot corner at first to kind of a hot corner in the outfield. Got to be ready to make some quick plays off the bat.
Falling behind 2-1. Next offering is fouled back. Next one misses. Full count now. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 1-0. Back after this on the show. We go to the top of the 7th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
Yeah, the right-hander back to work. Line drive, and that one gets down, fair ball. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting.
No outs, runner at first. And now the shortstop, Tommy Edman. And first offering is fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Runner at first with no outs here. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw to second, tag, and they got him.
Well, that's just a good baseball play right there. I mean, pretty good jump off the pitcher, I'd say, and good catch and throw by the catcher. And I think if you did that 10 times, half the time the guy might be safe, the other half probably out.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. The pitch. Ouch. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Well, that pitch right there didn't even snip the zone. He was all out of whack on that delivery.
Sam Moll comes on now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Brendan Donovan.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Snap throw to first. Edman gets back easily. Slider clips the zone. One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Peterson makes the play. 2 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Lars Nootbaar.
And things could change quickly here with 1 swing. Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come.
Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. He circles the bases. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-1. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing 1 over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. No doubt in my mind, just about everybody in this ballpark holding their breath on that one. I tell you, just barely snuck it inside the foul pole, and talk about a huge swing. That's it in this ball game. Could be the biggest swing of this ball game. We'll see.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Fielding for the wall, makes the catch in foul ground. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. New arm on the mound for the Cardinals, Jordan Hicks. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 12, Jordan Hicks.
Well, one-run game, and now Jesus Aguilar. And the pitch. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Giovanni Gallegos getting ready to go. Palante getting cranked up as well. The pitch.
Ball, that's out.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Next offering upstairs. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1. Right-handed reliever puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the grab, one down.
The batter, the right fielder.
Laureano comes up to hit. Going one. And here it comes. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. And the next pitch is way outside. The tying run at the plate. And delivers outside. And another ball. Here comes a 3-2. And that's ball four.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put them away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Peterson, the next to hit, takes low for a ball.
Counts 1-0.
Laureano leads off first with one away. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Throw to first, and he's back in safely. That's a strike. 2-2 now.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base. Try to stay out of a double play here.
The pitch. And downstairs.
Well, in this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Bo.
Shea Langoliers in the on-deck circle for the A's. Up the middle, base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Into third now, so runners at the corners and one out.
Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up enough. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. And the first offering is not close.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
The 1-0. And the slider catches the zone. Two on, one out. Gets the outside corner with that one. Got him looking. Huge strikeout there.
Well, they were pretty much giving it to him right there. Playing the infield back. All you're looking for on offense is a simple ground ball. You got a tie ball game. Not sure what he was thinking up there. Strikeout looking is the last thing you want to see. Now you got to hope the next guy can pick you up and come through with a good two-out hit.
Digging in for Oakland, Yuri Ruiz. That one's in there, 0-1. Big spot. Two out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Out in front and foul to the left side. Here's the 0-2. And that's downstairs and outside. The 1-2. He goes down looking.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
On the pitch now for Oakland, Domingo Acevedo.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. The wind of the pitch. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Next one is off the plate. Now 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Next offering is fouled back. Comes the 2-2. Swings and misses. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of guys didn't like to throw it because it throw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
On the inside corner for a strike. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
And the righty deals. Not even close there. 1-2 to count. Right through there, got him. Down on strikes, and he knew it.
Well, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
O'Neill stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Kicks and deals. Now 3-0.
3 balls, no strikes.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Again with a pitch out. And now it's even up. O'Neill off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. The Cards leave one, but they still lead it 2-1.
Is this redemption for my soul?
And now they turn to Giovanni Gallegos.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down a win. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Tony Kemp. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. The pitch. And that clips the inside corner. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Ryan Helsley, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Deal 1. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The 0-2. Outside.
2 strikes.
Left-hand hitter waits.
That's a
And
ball.
it's even up.
That's a really good take.
And a pitch. Just off the outside part of the plate. Connor Capel next to bat for the A's. And a 3-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Bounce to third. Arenado to first in time. One gone at the bottom of the 8th.
No doubles defense right now, and the positioning was perfect on that play, and that's what you do it for, just in case, and they prevented an extra base hit.
Here's Oakland's DH, Connor Capel. And a swing and a miss. Right-hander kicks, deals. Little chopper rolls foul. And the 0-2. And there's a ball.
2 strikes.
The 1-2. Popped up. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Aledmys Diaz.
Aledmys Diaz now. In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And ball 1.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
The 1-1.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Swung on, belted. Way back there. And out of here. So he leaves the yard to left. And this game is tied. It's 2-2.
What an incredible momentum swing on that home run, Boog. I mean, it's late in the game, just barely stayed fair, and it ties up the ball game. Impressive.
So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Seth Brown. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Righty delivers. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And that just misses. Jesus Aguilar in the on-deck circle for the A's. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Left-hand batter waits. Swings through it for the K. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. 2-2 game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Zach Jackson. And now Jordan Walker. The pitch. Down the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that one just missed off the outside edge. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now, here is Tommy Edman. First offering, and it just misses. And that's in for a strike. Oakland's bullpen has some movement. Jeurys Familia, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. And a count 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one. Getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. And I'm so glad I'm retired.
Here's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Ball 1, no strikes. And a pitch. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. We are tied 2-2.
Driving around town, you see the windows are tinted. Fix up your aim,
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Packy Naughton.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 70, Packy Naughton.
And now the first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
The first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Just missed. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Helsley preparing to come on if needed. The lefty to 1-0.
That's ball two.
He swings and fouls one off. And a 2-1 on the way. There's a strike. And that's a little high. Three-two now. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Ramon Laureano up next for the A's. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Ball one there. And 1-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
All tied up here in the last half of inning number 9. Hammered. Could be extra bases. Makes it to second. The winning runs in scoring position with one gone.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases. Now just one swing away from potentially walking this thing off.
Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Jace Peterson. Move to second, tag, and he's picked off. In there for strike one. And now the lefty. That one fouled off. That one the other way. He's got it. And that is out number 3. And welcome back. We're in extras here. Now up for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. Jackson back to work. And first offering is fouled off. The extra innings rule placing a runner on second to begin the inning was a big move for baseball in 2020. So, Chris, how has that changed the way relievers approach these innings?
Well, I don't think it's that much different from coming in to clean up someone else's mess. Definitely not ideal, but the best relievers welcome challenges like this.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Paul Goldschmidt digs in now, known for his late inning heroics. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Line drive, that's a base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone and just ripped it for a base hit, and that's easier said than done.
Next to hit, Nolan Arenado. And there's the strike. That's through there for a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
The 0-2. Just misses there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. One away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Wilson Contreras next up for the Cardinals. There's a strike. Kicks and fires. Fought off foul. Going to count 1-2.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. So one left for the Cardinals. Score remains 2-2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Here comes a pitch. Laser, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
No outs, runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Esteury Ruiz. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. And a sac bunt here. And he grabs it foul. The 0-1. Lays down a bunt to the right side. And they tag him out.
Number 5, second baseman, Tony Kemp.
So the Oakland lineup turns over. Now at the plate, Tony Kemp. This one in the air, center field. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. 2 down.
Now the designated hitter,
Connor Capel up next for the A's.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
And first offering is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Runner leads away at second. Popped up. Donovan brings it in for the 3rd out. The A's strand 1. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Welcome back, and on the mound to start the 11th inning, Jeurys Familia.
Number 34, Jeurys Familia.
Tyler O'Neill getting ready to hit. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. And the pitch. Extra innings certainly had a different feel starting in 2020 with a new rule placing a runner on second to begin the inning, and that forced teams to rethink their strategy in extra frames.
Yeah, much less margin for error, and Boog, to your dismay, not much sacrifice bunting. Teams usually tried for the big inning.
Certainly not that much bunting for the road team as they try and play for the big inning, but for the home team, if the road team doesn't score, you'll see the home team bunt sometimes. At the belt and fires. Right side, hard hit. Tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the Cardinal DH, Dylan Carlson. Up the middle, Kemp. On the run, sends it over to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Jordan Walker will hit next. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That's a little bit low.
2-0.
All tied up here in extra innings. Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. Around first, digging for 2. in with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. A lot riding on this next at bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. And up next for St. Louis, Tommy Edman. That hits the dirt. Ball 1. Two down. Go ahead run in scoring position. That one pulled foul. The 1-1.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
The next offering misses. 2-2. Got him. That's the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 1 run can win it as we move to the bottom of the 11th. We are tied 2-2. Next up for the A's, Aledmys Diaz. He's coming off a big swing of the bat in the 8th inning, Chris.
Yeah, he may still be riding a little high, and for him, hopefully the confidence is still there. It was a solo shot and a very important run in this game.
The pitch. That's a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
The 0-1. This to third. Arenado fires across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Seth Brown up next for the A's.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And that's in there for strike 1. A's looking to put the go-ahead run on base. We are in the 11th. Next offering is in for a strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Ouch, that one drilled him. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the lefty's status. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said, but from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boo.
Next to hit, Jesus Aguilar. Slice the other way and foul. Here's your 1.
Nope.
1 down. Winning run on at first. In the air to left center. He's under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
now batting, right fielder, Laureano.
Now it's the right fielder, Ramon Laureano. There's a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
And he deals. Good eye right there.
1-1.
Two outs, but the winning run is at first. That to right. And that one gets down, fair ball. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is now in scoring position, 2 away.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. When you pop a ball up like that, you don't expect it to get you a knock too often, but right there, somehow he got it to drop in behind first base, and that's where no one could get to it. Winning run in scoring position now, so a clutch AB could end this one.
Peterson stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. The pitch. There's a strike. Winning run in scoring position with 2 away. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 2 left on. 12th inning coming up. We are tied 2-2. Back here at the ballpark, and now Brendan Donovan.
The second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Familia back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Right-handed reliever. Line drive, caught!
The right fielder,
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered here in this one. And there's a foul ball. All tied up and here in extra innings. That one is absolutely belted. Ruiz going back some more, up against the wall and brings it in.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat.
He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. All tied up here in extra innings. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1. Good eye right there.
2-1.
The 2-1. That one out to right. And they get Goldschmidt for the out. And that is that. Redbirds down quietly. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Back here in the East Bay, here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers.
Well, one swing's a lot easier than getting 2 or 3 hits to win this ball game. You better believe he's going to be all in to hit the ball over the fence somewhere.
That one off the mark. 1-0. So a big opportunity here with the score tied and that runner on second to start the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, and you know they're eager to cash in. You just don't want to come out of your shoes and make a mistake. Got to play this smart.
One and two here. Got him. Down on strikes, and there's one away here in the 12th.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
And now the center fielder, Yuri Ruiz. First offering misses the mark. The pitch. And that is in for a strike. And the count 1-1. That's down and in.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a miss. And the count is even 2-2. And now it's filled up. Tony Kemp waiting for a turn at the plate. Fly ball to right. And there's 2 down. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Tony Kemp. In a spot like this, are you up there thinking to yourself, I'm trying to end the game?
Absolutely. It's been a long one. You're hungry. And you're ready to go home.
In there, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
On the ground to the left. Arenado whips it to first on the run. 3 up, 3 down, inning over.
Wow, wow, child fighting before she hit the block. Body grown, spoke grown, and it's never.
Danny Jimenez taking over on the mound.
Now pitching for the A's, number 56, Danny Jimenez.
Stepping in, Nolan Arenado. The wind and the pitch.
Nope.
Ball 1, no strikes.
0-1, no strikes.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And a foul ball. And here it comes.
Ball 2.
That missed inside. Now 3-1. Wilson Contreras into St. Louis on deck circle. The 3-1. And there's ball 4.
Exactly what they needed him to deliver there. A quality at bat. Now the pressure's on to find a way to get him home.
And now the Cardinals catcher, Wilson Contreras. edge of the zone for a strike. That's strike one. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Trevor May up and loosening in the pen. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Out towards right center field. He's under it. Squeezes it. And there's one away.
The center fielder, number 27.
Tyler O'Neill now at the plate. Swings through that one. 0-1. And there's the strike. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. That one in the dirt, and it's 1-2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
The punch out there, and he's down on strikes for the second time today. Now it's the DH, Dylan Carlson. Foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. 2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Here's the 0-2. And that one missing low. And the righty deals.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
The 2-2 now. This to center field. He's under it. Makes the catch, inning over. Bottom of the inning. Now, Connor Cable.
The designated hitter.
The wind of the pitch. Got a good eye there. That's in for a strike. And now 1-2. The 1-2.
Ball 2.
Bounce to the right side. Over to Goldie. 1 up, 1 down.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Digging in for Oakland, Aledmys Diaz. He's already homered in this game. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. The wide to kick the pitch. And there's a ball. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
That misses the zone. Ball 3. Seth Brown next to bat for the A's. Three-two. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The high heat too much on that one.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Now the left fielder, Seth Brown. That one's in there, 0-1. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Got it by him for the K. 3 up, 3 down that time. Still looking for a winner. We are tied 2-2. Back in Oakland. Now here is Jordan Walker. And a pitch. And that is in for a strike. And that is strike 1. Shot back to the mound, and he gloves it in plenty of time to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Tommy Edman.
And the batter now, Tommy Edman. First pitch, not close. That one missed. All tied up here at the bottom of the 14th. In the air to left down the line. And that's a foul ball. Here's a 2-1. And that one clips the corner.
Backdoored him with the breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Kemp tosses to first, and that quickly 2 away.
Now second base.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Brendan Donovan. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning.
Sorry if the master hip hop material. Sorry if I'm selling to take a miracle from the dreams that come true. Cause it's set too high. I'm in the clouds. If I fall off, I might just die.
Welcome back. We're in extras here, and here is Jesus Aguilar. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. The pitch. And downstairs. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. O'Neill whips it back in, and the potential winning run moves into scoring position at second.
It's been a rough one for him so far at the plate, but that'll help. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
So a change being made out at second. On to run for Oakland. Number 73. He's a potential winning run, so they're hoping he can score in a base hit. Runner in scoring position. No outs. Ramon Laureano up next for the A's. Check swing. No appeal. And that's ball one. Winning run out second. No one out. To third. On the run, throw to first, and Laureano is retired.
Number 6, Jay Peterson.
And here is Jace Peterson.
Well, first base open. Really no reason to pitch to this hitter right here. Put him on, have the force at second first, perhaps getting inning-ending double play.
And takes low for ball one.
1-0.
Now here's a flare off the bat. He's got it, and there's two away.
Now batting, catcher.
Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Shea Langoliers. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
There's a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Wow. Good luck catching up to that one.
The 0-2.
Ball, that's it.
There's a line drive to left field. And he makes the grab. And that'll do it. No runs, one hit, a double, no errors, and one man left. We'll keep pushing on. We are tied 2-2. So coming into the game now on defense, number 73. He takes over as the new first baseman. All set for the start of the inning. And now the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Jimenez back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball one. They say you win.
1-1.
And he grounds one to the right side. And it's just foul. That was close. And the pitch. In the air, left side. Brown has this one sized up. He's got it. One up, one down.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Paul Goldschmidt next up for the Cardinals. Way inside, gets out of the way. field. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Nolan Arenado, the next to hit. This one high in the air to left center. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Chris Stratton.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Here's the center fielder, Yuri Ruiz. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. The pitch. Just missed.
Count 1-0.
Kicks and fires. And now 2 balls and a strike. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Two now. Got him! And that's the first out.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
And now Tony Kemp. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
All tied up, and here in extra innings. Next offering is in for a strike. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Helsley up and throwing. Right-hander kicks, deals, and a foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
At the plate, Connor Capel. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. Stratton, 32 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Next pitch is outside. And he pumps it a strike. All tied up here in extra innings. That's a laser base hit, and the winning run is aboard.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
Next up for the A's, Aledmys Diaz. Going 1.
0-1.
Here comes a pitch. That one drifts inside. And the right-hander deals. Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. Swings and misses. And that's strike 2. At the belt and fires. Got him. That ends the frame. Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started. And here's the catcher, Wilson Contreras. And the right-hander back to work. There's the strike. Contreras swings and blasts one. Well hit. Left field. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Slapped foul. Next pitch is popped up. Kemp makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Dylan Carlson next up for the Cardinals. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Count 1-0.
And that one is inside. The wind of the pitch. In the air, out towards left center. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. Ball 1, no strikes.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Carlson off of first with 2 away. And it's 1-1. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. The 1-2. And a ball evens the count. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that'll do it. Back here in East Bay, ready to go for the last half of the inning. So here's the cleanup hitter for Oakland, Seth Brown. And the pitch. That's in there. That's strike one. Righty delivers. And the pitch is outside, ball one. That's a little bit low. The 2-1. Good eye right there. Number 73 in the on-deck circle for the A's. Right side. Sends it to first. One up, one down.
Now first baseman, Ryan.
And the batter now, number 73. Came into the game as a pinch runner. This is his first trip to the plate in this one. Off the mark there, and it's 1-0.
1-0.
And he deals. And a swing and a miss.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Righty to the plate. On the ground to third. Gets it to first. And that quickly, 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder,
Ramon Laureano digs in now. And that's in there for strike one. Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nothing doing here this half. Still looking for a winner. We are tied 2-2. Righty reliever out of the pen, Trevor May.
number 65, Trevor.
Tommy Edman getting ready to hit.
Leading off the stage, the shortstop,
And a pitch. Strike on the inside corner.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
0-1. And it's fouled away. And here it comes. That one to first, sneaks through, base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Been a pretty rough game at the plate for him so far. A bunch of strikeouts, so that felt good, I'm sure. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. And now, let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now here is Brendan Donovan. Puts a bunt down. Now the throw to first on the run. Out on the sac bunt.
the right fielder, number 21, Lars
Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
Bullpen activity starting up now. Adrian Martinez getting loose out there.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Check swing, no appeal. Appears they're working around him with the base open, Singy.
Well, you know, these 2-0 counts, Boo, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys when I say that, but ultimately this is a strategic game, and you expect to see this type of approach by the pitcher in this situation.
And the right-hander's 3-1. Foul ball there. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Left-hand batter waits. Tried to check his swing. Appeal to third. Yes, he did. Down he goes on strikes.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
Now up for St. Louis, Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held back according to Rusty Valentine. And the 1-0. And that's in for a strike. Edman at second with 2 down. Next pitch downstairs, and it's 2-1. Right-handed reliever. Ground ball left side. Sends it across to first. That's out number 3. New pitcher for the Cardinals, number 34.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Now the third baseman, Jace Peterson.
Third baseman, Jace Peterson.
The wind and the pitch. And ball 1. That one lifted to left. And it one-hops the wall. In safely at second base, and that's the potential winning run with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Digging in for Oakland, Shea Langoliers. First offering misses the mark.
Ball 1, no strike.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and that's a fair ball. Peterson rounds third, headed for the plate. In comes the winning run, and the A's finally walk it off.
You know, he had to feel the pressure. Winning run on second base. Found a way to make solid contact, and the winning run comes across to score. Everyone going crazy. Exciting finish to this game today.
A 3-2 final score in this one. Oakland victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Athletics, 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For St. Louis, 2 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and 13 runners left on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 16 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please ride home safely.